welcome to Talk Comics to me.
Well, we're going.
Yeah, because if I don't, you're not going to stop. So I just was like, I gotta go for this.
Go right through, yeah.
So we still haven't come up with a name for this, so it's still... Oh, you came up with a name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool Couch Cinema.
Cool Couch Cinema.
And then we change all the starting letters to K. That way we'll have some alliteration. So it's like KKK.
I hate... Why did I invite you to do this?
I don't know.
That is the true question, I think, through all of this. It's not even any dark questions.
Yeah.
It is literally, why did I invite Christopher to do this?
For some reason I knew, right, when he said Cool Couch Cinema, I was like, oh no.
It sounded so great.
We can still use it.
Well, no. Well, I mean, I still do want to use it, but I'm not going to make it the KKK.
That'll be fine.
What about Talk Comics to Me presents Two Lanterns in the Dark?
Ooh.
No.
And you can switch it up every time. So, like, if you get someone, like, when you get somebody new, let's say you bring, like, somebody else on, and you just...
The whole point is it's now going to be you forever.
Oh, no.
Welcome to Cool Couch Cinema.
Yeah.
I'm going to bury your body in my couch. That's actually what it is.
There it is. Okay.
So, we are actually here watching Dark. We've done 4 episodes. We're going to have Heather recap it, because why not?
Okay. Like I was saying, I might need help with number 4, because I'm having trouble deciphering, like, which one was which. I know episode 3 was mostly about the past 1986. That's where Mikkel had gone to.
Yeah, I think so.
Disappeared into the past. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 1986 or 1989. I always want to say 1989 because that's when I was born. But I feel like I had said that like the first episode and it was 1986.
I think it's 85.
Okay. I would say I do also think it's 85. It's whatever 23 years minus, or 33 years minus what, 2017?
Because I remember saying, I wasn't born yet when I saw the date. And I was like, I'm not alive yet.
Okay, you know what? That's something that we'll have to figure out. Anyway, so it was that year, 33 years before the current timeline when Mikkel had gone back to, and it was, I want to say, about a month after Mads had disappeared, which was Ulrich's younger brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's him dealing with the fact that, like, he is back in time, but you also get to meet all of the parents and grandparents, I guess, of the kids from the current timeline. So you get to do Claudia, right? That's her name. Because this is the first time you've been introduced to her. That's why I just can't fucking remember her name. She is the current president, CEO, runner, Gestapo leader of the power plant. And Claudia is should be the grandmother then of Bartos, who is in the current timeline the kid who is dating Jonas's crush. Whatever. See, in my head, I'm like, I know exactly how this episode plays out, but I don't want to tell you everything that happens. So, in that, you get to see how Ulrich, Katarina? It's not like Katharina?
I mean, technically it is.
Okay.
But we won the war, so we can say the names however we want.
Oh my god. We're not that ignorant, Christopher. Jeez. Okay. So, Katarina and Hannah, who is Jonas's mom, how those three kind of interact as, like, teenagers and stuff. Ulrich and Katarina eventually got married. Ulrich and Hannah are the ones who are now having the affair as adults.
Yes.
So Hannah has always had a crush on Ulrich.
Yes.
Has always been.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this
and then
does come more into play as you continue.
Yeah, you see them in that bus stop or whatever, and she can't stop looking at him. It's like, girl, you need to be a little more.
Like, pump the brakes, baby.
It's like, I am a teenager. I don't even know what to do.
Boring, like.
We're gonna fuck a lot one day, is what I imagine her thinking.
I promise.
Okay, so that's that weird triangle. And then you also get Charlotte, who in the current timeline is Ulrich's partner, the cop partner. Her as a kid, she's, the weird events that are happening, the birds are falling from the sky. She is collecting the birds and trying to figure out how that kind of works with like the kids disappearing because she always sees the birds when something big happens.
Yeah, I suppose.
Something strange. She's just collecting dead birds. I'm not gonna falter.
We don't judge people for collecting dead birds here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, no.
I mean, we don't have choices in that. You're our friend.
I know. Okay, and so like this is the kind of the stuff that I can't remember if this happens in the 3rd episode or the 4th episode, but Charlotte as an adult is also collecting the birds, and she thinks it has something to do with the weird like pulses that are happening. Like the lights flickering, the noises and stuff, the blown out ear drums. And I was like, what are those things called?
Your ear holes,
yeah,
dude.
your ear holes. She is collecting the birds as an adult because she thinks there's like this connection. That's the word. There's a connection.
We'll get to it.
Her husband, Peter, she sees on the camera his car in the area where the kids had disappeared, so she thinks that he might, well, I don't know if she actually thinks this or if I just like jumped to that conclusion. He has something to do with the kids disappearing.
I feel like she also thinks that, but I don't know. Maybe that was just like an assumption I also made.
Right.
Well, because I think they're trying to make you infer that for sure.
Because then she goes out to their like cabin or whatever, like the family cabin. I just know that it has their last name on it, so I don't know if it's like theirs or his family's. And she finds the dirt that's there that was also on the kid. So there's pieces coming together all over the place. And then I think this happened in episode 3. Mikkel, he goes to the hospital. He confides in Enos?
Mm-hmm. Enos.
I know.
I'm the immature one, alright? You're stepping on my game here.
Who is Jonas's grandmother. But this is, like 33 years before that. She's a nurse at this hospital. He kind of confides in her and he says, I'm from the future. So then when the lights are all flickering and Hannah's trying to get with Ulrich in the bus stop, he jumps out of the window, disappears, goes back to the cave. While he's in the cave, he hurts himself. And at the same time, but in the current timeline, grown-up Ulrich is in the same spot and he hears Mikkel saying like help or like screaming for help or something. Like he can hear him, but he can't see him. So there's a weird door that has not been opened yet between dimensions. And that's all I can remember.
That's, I think, a real good wrap.
I was like, can you just watch them and then I'll just catch up that way?
Look, I'm telling you, I've been like thinking about this for a week now. This is all I can think about, and it's like so hard for me because I love spoilers, love spoiling stuff for myself, love reading ahead, and this is the one show that I cannot do it with. So I'm like this all day, like because I can't do it to myself because I don't know if I prefer doing it this way or if I'm just getting more mad doing it this way. But this is dark. Welcome.
That was really good recap because I feel like
Thank you.
Like, I feel caught up.
Yeah,
it helped having the names, to be completely honest, because when I was thinking about it earlier, I couldn't remember names, so I was like, yeah, woman with the mole who is related to Jonas somehow. Like
Nurse Mole Lady.
Yeah, I could not remember their names, so in my head I was just like, I need to figure out a way
all my favorite characters in Dark. You got Hotel Lady. Mm-hmm. You got
Naked Boob Squish Lady.
yeah, Naked Boob Squish Lady.
The weird one who collects the birds. The one who likes to slap her sister. The deaf one.
Wandering old man.
That's why I ended up writing him down because I knew how important. Jesus.
Sorry, I remembered
Jesus
another thing.
Christ.
No, I remembered something different.
What happens in the rest of Dark?
Noah. I forgot to mention the character that they keep mentioning, Noah. So Elizabeth, who was Charlotte's stepdaughter.
I did not write his name down on here.
I just remember that because he was the only one that I have no idea who he is, and that he was.
I didn't think I should start making a crazy board quite yet. So
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elizabeth is walking home from school. She's deaf, so she has a lot of problems doing things on her own.
Like walking.
But she's gone for a long time, and this is obviously very nerve-wracking for the family because kids are going missing. So when she gets home, she finally says, I have something for you, Mom. It was a pocket watch?
Yeah.
It was a pocket watch. And she says, Noah gave it to me or something like that. And then the old man who's crazy in like the earlier episodes who keeps going like, oh, it's happening again. He says, something about stopping Noah.
Yeah.
So there's this other character that has been mentioned, but as far as I know, he has not been introduced yet.
I think you see him at the very end of episode 4, because he's walking. He is walking with Elizabeth's boyfriend from school.
Oh yeah, the other deaf one. I know it starts with it was a Y, because I remember like that's a weird fucking name. Who would name their kid that?
It's Germany, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, the young kid's name.
Yeah,
he's introduced at the very
Jansen.
end.
I was gonna say Yavin 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say
family's big Star Wars fans.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, so Noah is happening too. So that, end recap.
All right, I wrote down some questions.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite characters so far?
I love Jonas. To be completely honest, I love Jonas and then Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's great.
Charlotte's
I,
great.
I really
Charlotte's
like
great.
Charlotte. And I know I had a lot of problems with Magnus to begin with because I was like, that kid's gonna be a punk and I hate him, but I don't mind him so much. And that's it. I could care less for anyone else right now.
Christopher, we know you like Regina. Any other favorites on your docket?
My favorite's Claudia. Claudia's one of my favorite characters.
Why do I keep saying Regina? Claudia.
Well, because Regina George.
Yeah,
Nina.
yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, it's easy to get these two nators mixed up.
Girls in Dark.
Yeah.
Same universe.
Yeah. You didn't know that? It's a cinematic universe. Yeah, Charlotte, Claudia. I mean, like, most of, like, this is, like, one of the shows where it is, like most of the women characters are, like, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And all of the dude characters, I ain't taking the leave. Like, yeah, you know, but, like, every woman character in this, especially, like, as you learn about, like, Claudia, like, especially even, like, just, like, what we learned, like, she finds she's told about, like, this horrible, like, nuclear waste, and she's not even, like, getting, like, packing or leaving. She's like, all right, I gotta fucking solve this problem, which is way better than I would have done. I would have been like, oh, I gotta go. I'm not gonna get wrapped up in this shit. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Right.
I was reminded of that scene when she goes into the hole and she sees that stuff of that episode of The Simpsons when they fill up the toxic stuff and they're like, oh, we got to get rid of it now. So Smithers and Mr. Burns are like taking this like bucket of like toxic waste and they go shove it into a tree and they're like, we fit 9 in this last one, like why isn't this fitting? It's like this squirrel that comes out with just like
It's got like laser eyes.
Yeah.
The tree's got tentacles and you're just like, oh no.
That's what it reminded me of. That's why I like started laughing because I was like, I know this reminds me of something. It's The Simpsons.
Amazing. Good. Okay. Next question. Christopher. Questions.
So when Charlotte goes to visit the sex worker, and the sex worker's like, hey, like your husband's penis looks like a pickle. Did that change your opinion on pickles?
No, not at all. But now I understand why he's crying all the time.
Penis pickles got. I mean, like if it's bumpy, if it's got like pickle bumps, then that'd be upset because.
I mean, that's a whole nother story.
It's a whole other.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're just you got a slant, so what? You still
Or is it really like? Are we talking about like a really like
Oh,
big pickle?
Oh, it's like in slices though.
Like,
like oh no.
Is it a spear?
Yeah.
It's a spear.
Like oh that's rough.
I got a lot of questions about this pickle.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
And I didn't even think about it.
yeah. I was like, oh.
In the whole dark universe.
I was just thinking of like tiny gherkins, to be completely honest. That's like immediately what I thought. It was just like these tiny, like easily breakable pickles. I don't care for them.
I don't know what I was thinking about because it was just like, all right, pickle, whatever. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. He has a pickle.
I mean, pickles,
maybe
penises, none of them look good. They all look disgusting.
I will not have you disrespect pickles in front of me. They look great.
No, pickles are my favorite snack in the entire world, but you're never going to find one that's just, like, perfect. You know what I mean? Like, the day that I find a pickle that is, like, perfect, that'll be the day when I'm probably like, all right, dude, penises are all right.
Just phallic. Like your whole opinion's changed on that whole concept.
Okay, I'm gonna move on from the pickles.
Okay.
What do you think's in the cave?
Have you ever seen? No, never mind. I was just gonna go off on this whole tangent of like The Descent.
I almost thought that's what you were gonna do, so I don't know.
Subterranean monsters.
Just back you into a different time.
Yeah.
Time monsters.
It's like, oh, you don't belong. You're taking me back 33 years.
Time Morlocks.
I don't know. I still think it's like a wall or like a door between different dimensions.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I thought it was.
Because I was like, I never really like I get that the cave is on like the posters, especially of the first season, but like even still, I'm like, like how important is the cave? The cave kind of like.
I mean, I spent so much time thinking there were actual like monsters in the cave or something like real scary, but you know,
like a giant baby that's just fed.
It's the baby from 2001. He just come down. He's like, hey, what's up?
I was thinking of that one from Adventure Time that BMO finds. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's this huge, ginormous baby that BMO's like, this is my baby. Nemo tries to like take care of it and stuff, and that's I don't know what I thought. I was like, yeah, that makes sense that giant thing would live in a cave, like toxic sludge. Okay, it blew up a baby.
Christopher, do you have any other questions besides the pickle question?
We gotta get to the bottom of it. No, anyway, no. Okay,
I'm gonna expand on the pickle question.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. What element, like what genre do you think this show exists in? Because we haven't really seen anything like substantial, like anything's like machinations, really. Like, because like we don't really know how Mikhail like traveled through time. We didn't see it. We're not privy to that. But we also see Eric, the young boy who's attached to like the electric chair or whatever. People are getting their eyeballs melted in their ear.
Can I add a couple names to this so I don't forget? Yeah. Like just off to the side because Eric I had completely forgot about and I don't. Yeah, so just minor. We don't know how important they are.
Everyone in this.
Everybody is important.
But ones that we don't know much about. Yeah. And then I don't remember his name, but I'm just going to put that down because I know it starts with a Y.
But yeah, like there hasn't really been any no master of mechanical stuff has shown up to like be like like Marty, we got to go back to the future. There's none of that. So like, do you think there could be like a mystical or fantasy element that could potentially show up in this show?
I don't think fantasy. No, I think it would be more sci-fi.
The elves kicking in the door.
It's an orc like.
Like what? But I mean, I think because that's one of the weird things about the show. Like, you do kind of have to like keep pulling at all these threads, and you don't really like. Because even still, as I was like thinking about it, like at work today and like coming here, I was like, even though I know what's happening, I still don't. I'm still like, the fuck is?
Because you haven't watched the last season yet.
I've not watched the last season yet, but
it's gonna be new for me and you.
Yeah, ooh.
And then it's gonna be just like a recap again.
And you're just gonna be here like this the whole time.
I'm having a great time already. I'm having a great time watching like the mysteries unravel, and then also watching like everybody take it in too.
So, question for you then: are you noticing things? Since obviously this is your favorite show, you've kind of dove real deep into it, but are you noticing things during this watch through, since we're actually like talking every few episodes and discussing it? Are you noticing things that you hadn't noticed before, like even if they're small minor things?
Oh yeah, no, there's a ton of things.
Okay.
Like there are a ton of just like little tiny threads that are like through lines throughout the entire show. And even when Chris and I finished the show to begin with, like we went back and like watched all of the things that were like, oh, these are from all the other seasons, but still it's like, I don't know, that was during the summer. Mm-hmm. And it's still just like seeing those things and remembering these items that happened even through like each iteration of like each season. It's still interesting, and it does like, I don't know. I think that is part of the reason it is my favorite show, is because it does have that rewatchability so easily, because it is like, well, this time there is something different to take out of it.
Oh, like seasons 4 and 5 of Lost.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
time travel.
Let's not.
I don't even think it was though. Like, I mean, because it was like
it was just bad writing.
Well, it was bad, right? Well, duh. But I mean, like, with that, it was like dimensions, though, right?
Yeah.
Which is like another thing, like, because like with time travel, you kind of have to usually like suss out what kind of like time travel you're doing. Like, is it are we going like a linear timeline, or are we going through dimensions? And I think that was like the problem with Lost, where it was like, oh wait, so there's like different, like I can understand different realities. I read comic books, dog. I'm not confused. But what I'm confused about is, like, how are you gonna make this fucking work?
I read comic books. I am the most intelligent when it comes to different realities.
Yes! No one else is. Like, I don't care if you know about string theory. Comic books. I know about Earth 625 and Earth fucking 515, dog. Like, fuck you, alright? Fuck your string theory. Like, I get it. But, like, in the terms of, like, hey, man, like, making, like, Lost work, it's terrible. But, like, here... perfect, fine, because it's like linear. You don't really like, they're not like going through like slipping through the time stream or anything like that. You don't have to worry about.
It's not like some weird Donnie Darko.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like, what the fuck? But it's not spoon fed too. Like Lost, I mean, fucking Dark makes you do the work, and it's not like bad. And it doesn't make you work too hard, but it makes you work hard enough. To where you feel like, oh, this was a good ride.
Yeah, it gives you little pieces.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Opposed to Lost, where it's like, we don't know when we get paid $1 million an episode, so we're going to make 22 of these and go fuck yourself. And it's like, oh, thanks, dude.
Chill.
Can't.
What are your predictions? Any predictions that you have? Like any like little flowing hairs that you have?
She keeps getting close to something, and I'm like...
The cave is going to collapse in on itself and take the entire town with them.
It's not a hellmouth.
It is now.
Oh, that'd be dope though. Buffy showed up, you were like...
Just like, alright.
I know, I'm like... It's one of those things where... I don't know, when you're like scratching a lottery ticket and you're like super close to like revealing the whole number, and then when you get it, it's like, it's the wrong one. That's how I feel with like all of my theories, where I'm like, alright, let me try to figure this out.
Just throw out a couple theories you have.
I was gonna say, I was like... Because...
Well, I think some of the... See, I don't know. I don't want to sound ridiculous.
It's dark.
Trust me, you'll never, like, there been, like, you're, come on.
Okay, well, I feel like, I don't know. They haven't, you can go back in time, but they haven't, as far as I know, we don't know if anyone can go forward in time. So I think that Mikkel is stuck back there. I don't think he's ever going to get back. Otherwise, he would have gotten through the cave somehow, or he would have found a way. See, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's one of those things where since he is so young and he doesn't understand the mechanics of, like, how we got back there to begin with, he doesn't know how to explain himself. He doesn't even know what's happening. He doesn't have a way to get back. Like, in... I don't know, every like time travel thing that I have read about and not understood, they've always managed to find a way back. That's what I don't understand about it, is going back in time is completely different from going forward in time, so how would anyone even know how to do that if you can't figure out how you got back in time?
Just because we didn't, like I said, we didn't see it.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened. And
right.
also,
and there is, the one guy who is in the hotel room that
the stranger.
Yeah, the stranger. Part of me thinks that he was from the past and came to the future. See, I don't know. There's just so many. I don't think anyone is who they think they are.
Do you know who you are?
And I think Jonas is probably the only one who understands anything. It's because he's getting these hints that his dad left for him, like the map. And I think that he is smart enough that he is going to be able to figure out like who people are, or like what.
He's a dude
to
playing
an
another dude.
extent, it's going to be happening. I don't know. It's all stupid. But I love it. It's, stupid in my head.
Yeah, I know.
Because None of it makes sense to me. I'm only 4 episodes in.
Yeah, I know.
But-
That's why I want to hear
Yeah.
some theories you have, because I think that's like the most important. Like you're forming ideas of like what's happening right now.
And they've given you absolute shit.
I was saying, and yeah, like
they've given you nothing to work with.
And it's like I said, I feel like the power plant is like a big part of what is happening to everyone, and that's why everyone's being so secretive about it. So.
All right. Anything else?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you got any kind of,
Press the buttons.
press the
All
buttons.
over the place.
Also, if you anything you agreed with, disagree with, put it in the comments. I'll get at you.
Don't talk to me about it.
Yeah, don't talk to him. I'll get at you.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it for anybody.
If you do, I won't be mad.
And, I don't know if this is too weird, but also like with what was it? Hotel Lady.
The boob?
Yeah, cancer awareness, everybody. Go get your checkups.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Health is important.
Everyone in my family has died from cancer. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, indeed. Well, you're gonna go out in the blaze of glory, so bullets and gun smoke, right? Oh.
It's just gonna be from touching all the dead birds. I mean, I'm probably gonna catch something.
You got the dark disease. Like what?
Just like rotting from the inside out because I have a bird disease.
Oh no, you're gonna avian bird flu too.
Yeah, hollow bones.
No, don't.
Yeah, hollow bones.
All right. So thanks for watching. 20 minutes. We did it. We're gonna go watch Dark now.
26 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
So,
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Sayonara.
Yeah.